So apparently, Elon Musk has a fetish for having kids. He just wants to breed a bunch.
I heard he has like
Like that.
172 kids.
I think that's like a South African thing.
Yeah, South African. It's a big thing with him. He likes to make good sex to ladies. Well, whether it's good or not.
That's what it said. I think the quality remains to be seen.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we'll ever know. I don't think we can.
I think it's getting worse, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, if his maybe, yeah. Tiger Woods was known to not do well despite his numbers.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't satisfy a lot of
Because he
women.
threw out his back on the course.
Yeah, well, and even beforehand,
Really?
I think it was his shoulders. He couldn't push up very well.
I could see that.
Yeah, follow through.
Hole in one.
Hole in one in the bag.
All in the hips.
It is all in the hips. You got to have the follow through. Okay, so we are going into this, yeah. And so Elon's doing this, and then I don't know who the guy is that is telling the story that we're going over this second.
I think it's
view
Jesse
thing.
McCartney.
Oh, Jesse McCartney, Paul McCartney's third son.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we have this wild story about Elon Musk that feels like an episode of Jerry Springer, but it involves the richest man in the world and a gold digger e-girl he knocked up because his breeding fetish is out of control. And now the girl's pissed at him because he's not giving her enough attention and he ghosted her on Valentine's Day. So they started trying to expose each other on Twitter. That's what's going on here. It's hilarious. So this all started when this right-wing Twitter influencer, grifter, Ashley St. Clair, announced she had a kid with Elon around 5 months ago, which apparently quite a few people already knew about because I think she's probably bragging about it in private. So there are rumors of it, even though Elon wanted to keep it a secret. But also some people knew just based on her being promoted a lot on Twitter and Elon responding to her tweets all the time. And one time he even made a joke to her about how he doesn't like to pull out. I swear this guy is just unbelievable. Ashley posted a headline to an article that said,
I mean, if you're gonna make a joke, not a bad one to make.
I agree. Yeah.
That's a good breeding ground.
Can I just say, what a smoke show?
Ashley St. Clair. Yeah, she's quite a beautiful woman.
Oh, yeah, it's there.
I can understand wanting to make a kid with her.
Yeah, I think it would be one of the first couple things that would go through my mind.
Yeah, because he probably can get seconds.
And it's like, hey, you want to play DayZ? And then immediately, number two is like, let's breed.
Is that related to Jay-Z?
No, it's a video game.
It's
Grandfather.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, like World War Z?
A little bit, actually.
I kinda like that.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
survival game with zombies.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Not too shabby.
It is also I think it's the hottest girl that Elon's been with, too.
Oh, yeah, I think if there was
Have
a
you seen
hierarchy.
his goth-looking ex?
Oh, Grimes?
Yeah, she looked like Randy Marsh when he was imitating Lord.
Oh, no.
Really?
She makes some good music, though. Shout out Grimes.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
She had music?
Oh, yeah, dude, it's not too shabby. There's
Huh.
some bangers in there.
All right. Okay. I believe. Okay. I'll check it out. I'll get her on Spotify.
Egg roll?
Egg roll.
Wagner chief says his forces will pull back, and Elon responded to her and said, the pull-out method. And then he responded again an hour later and said, speaking personally, I prefer the pull-in method. So basically, Elon publicly is like, hey, I'll give you a kid if you want. And then a couple months later, she announced she was off birth control, and then the next month she was pregnant. So for an e-girl grifter, she basically hit the lottery, but she had been planning this for years apparently. Like in 2020, she said, I need to get Elon Musk's attention for a marriage proposal. And someone responded and said, he's got a kid with a woman already, seems unlikely to work out. And then she said, well, actually he has 7 already, and he goes through women pretty fast. Which is crazy. She's basically like, I got a chance. He has a lot of kids and he's always dating somebody new. And she's right. And somehow she made it happen. Like, not the marriage, but she at least got pregnant, which...
I gotta say, this guy's voice sounds like he's bored with himself.
Oh, dude, Too Lazy to Try is kind of fire, though.
Man,
No, he's a good one.
he's just like, well, and then, I guess they're fucking.
He's like probably the most just like by the book,
He
like
doesn't-
delivery, though.
This man does not give a fuck about what he's doing.
No, I love
Like,
him.
But in a, it's the indifference, and that's, I guess, part of the allure.
Yeah, I think it's part of the charm. But I
Yeah.
know what you mean.
Where it's just like, to me, I'm like, give me some inflection. Where's your performance? And I guess this is the performance. Right?
Yeah.
She still secured the bag. You know, she's still going to be set for life from this. But apparently it's not enough for her because now she's upset that Elon got attention, you know, because this is like his 13th kid with 4 different women. And that's what we know of. You know, he's hiding this one. So I'd imagine he has way more than 13.
I do like that he
So
uses
obviously he's not going to be spending that much
Seinfeld
time with Ashley. You know, Elon's busy tweeting all day, playing video games, doing ketamine, and dealing with all his other kids and baby mamas and all that legal shit. I mean, if he wasn't rich, everybody would be like, all right, this guy's the biggest loser of all time. Like, the only reason this can pass and people will defend it is because he can financially provide for the kids. But I guess for Ashley, that's not enough. You know, she was expecting more from him. So she started to get pissed
There we go, the
because he
thumbnail.
wasn't responding to her and he ghosted her on Valentine's Day. You know, she's probably expecting him to take her out to eat or something. But instead, he's with his current girlfriend who he has multiple kids with, and he's at the White House with her. So she put out this message where she said, 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days, it has become clear that the tabloid media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it'll cause. I intend to allow our child to grow in a normal and safe environment. For that reason, I ask that the media honor our child's privacy and refrain from invasive reporting. So she basically claims here that she needs to tell the world that she has a kid with Elon because the media was planning on doing it and it's going to cause harm to the child, so she decided to instead. But I think anybody with more than half a brain cell could put the pieces together here and be like, let's see, it's Valentine's Day. This girl's sitting at home taking care of her and Elon's baby, and he's out with his current girlfriend at the White House. So, of course, she's going to be pissed about it and jealous. You know, I think most people could figure that out, except for some of these prominent Christian conservative influencers that just turned into absolute simps. It's crazy. They all bought her bullshit and are like, oh, I'm so sorry the media is doing this to you, and congratulations, this is amazing, and all that crap, which is just hilarious. I mean, this is basically a gold digger announcing she hit the lottery, and the reason she's exposing this, and in her words, potentially harming the kid, is because she wants attention. But some really popular right-wing influencers in the comments completely bought this girl's bullshit. Like Candace Owens, she said, children should always be off limits. Journalists are parasites. Hard to imagine what you're going through with this young one.
I just got. We've been listening to a lot of this for a while. I think we should talk about what we've listened to so far.
What are your thoughts so far?
I kind of don't give a fuck.
I just don't know why she would make the post. If you're like, I want it to be a secret, here it is.
Yeah, she's trying to say, hey, I wanted to save my child's privacy, but yet at the same time, I'm an idiot. And so I'm going to just do whatever I want.
Yeah, to me, it's just so silly.
Yeah. I was keeping this a secret for so long.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought
And
you
after
all should
6
know
months,
that I don't want you to know, so I'm going to tell you anyways.
But before I tell you, I don't want you to know.
Yeah.
But you might know after
I tell you that I
Right.
don't want you to know, but I'm going to tell you.
right now. You might know.
And how about
Aw.
Candace Owens? Huh? No drama there ever.
What about Candace Owens? You know,
she's an interesting little lady.
Yeah, Terrell Owens' sister, doing great.
Yeah.
Killing the game. Get your
She's got a
popcorn.
sister. I think she's a stripper named Terrell Owens.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe so.
very, very fun. Very fun.
Better to come out with this on your own terms. George and I will be praying for you. And then also Elijah Schaefer, he said, may the dishonest media get effed and stop harassing you. Terribly you have to deal with this. Hoping you can raise this baby away from nasty journalists. And Mike Cernovich, he said, sorry you had to deal with this bullshit. There's no low they won't go. And Ashley responded and said, doxing a baby is pretty bottom of the barrel. So she's acting like the media was planning on releasing her baby's address and like his full name and everything.
What? So she's saying that there was this plan that nobody else put forth. So she wanted to get ahead of it and do the plan to thwart the plan?
Could you imagine being like a 6-month-old baby and you're getting hate mail?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you don't know English and like you can't. You're like
Yeah.
deciphering shapes, and you're like, I think that's mommy because she smells like titties.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how it goes.
That's how the thoughts go. I'm pretty well versed in psychology.
Yeah, I was about to say. I didn't know we had
Yeah.
a brain surgeon with it.
Yeah, I've been on a couple of brains.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Vin Diesel projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Hollywood.
And even if that's the case, which it's obviously not, why would this stop them? Why would her coming out with this stop them at all? And then also, if she's so nervous about this, I don't know why she would invite the media into her home to do a sit-down interview and photo shoot with her. It's just insane. Right after she announced that she had this kid and she wants the media to not report on it and she wants to keep it all private, she has the New York Post come to this $15,000 a month apartment that Elon's paying for to do an interview with her, where she obviously talked about the baby and Elon and everything. So she must love the attention she's getting from this. And she clearly was starting to get annoyed with Elon and the fact that she had to keep this a secret, and she probably wanted him to be more involved. Like she said, I was completely isolated during my pregnancy. Every part of my career and everything I used to do, I couldn't do anymore. I was told not to tell anybody. And she also said Elon declined to put his name on the birth certificate. And she said, I cannot explain the kind of primary pain you feel as a mother, and you're talking to people and they ask you about the one kid and you have to lie and carry this burden in secret. You have to lie to people you love. So she makes it pretty clear that this is probably the reason why she had a kid with Elon, now.
Yeah.
I think what gets me is the photo shoot.
Yeah, photo shoot.
Yeah, that's
planned.
A little bit ridiculous.
You hired a photographer.
Yeah,
and with the description on the photo that it costs $40,000 a month for rent.
Yeah,
exactly.
If I don't get the $40,000 by the first, this baby's gonna be on the street.
Yeah, she's gonna do the Michael Jackson thing.
Know what it do? Goober Zhao, Turbo in the house. That's how we do it.
Oh, the
I think
man,
you had
the
some
myth.
really fire jokes last week. Was that Turbo Goober?
Oh yeah, Turbo Goober is one
guys
of our,
on. Love you, doggies.
One of our best.
Oh, I love Turbo.
Guy doing it up. This guy. Yeah. Why do the kids do that? Where they're like, anytime they take a picture, they're like pointing at each other.
I think it's like the irony. It's like, oh, look at this fucking guy.
It's like, look at him. Oh,
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah.
Hey, look at him. Hey.
What an idiot.
Yeah, friggin' butthole. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to the news. But shout out to the Goobs.
Oh yeah.
Because the mainstream media was about to come out with it, but because she wants to get attention and she wants to tell the world that she had Elon's kid. So those comments I read earlier have aged so badly. I mean, I don't know how they couldn't see that this is what she's doing. It was pretty obvious. Like, even pretty much all their fans knew it. Almost every comment on their comments is like, wait, why are you celebrating this? Like, what the hell's going on here? This girl's just an attention-seeking gold digger who obviously doesn't care that much about the privacy of her kid if she's announcing this and using her kid to try to get attention. And it's so funny, that guy Elijah Schaefer, he's been trying to cope over defending her because he got a lot of backlash from it. So he's like, listen, I know she's a typical feminist vulture, but at least she didn't abort her kid. Like, that's his takeaway here. He thinks it's brave.
Jesus. Like, hey, at least, like,
He's
At
like,
least she didn't fumble.
he's definitely
fumble Rooski.
he's definitely like her best friend growing up that's just had the biggest crush on her.
Oh yeah. I like the term feminist vulture. That's my new band. I'm gonna start that group.
Yeah, you got a lot of bands.
Yeah, I think so.
What instruments do you play?
The flugelhorn, actually.
Yeah,
I've
flugelhorn?
been working on the didgeridoo.
I love that.
Yeah, I've been getting into it.
Any other didgeridoo players out there, make sure you like and subscribe.
Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Only if you play didgeridoo. Anybody else, do it the next time we ask. Okay, here we go. Back to it.
Money-hungry feminist, had a kid with the richest man alive, and now has a $15,000 a month apartment and is pretty much set for life. I mean, does he not understand that this kid's her golden ticket? Like, why would she have an abortion? So these people didn't know how to respond to this whole debacle. And I definitely didn't think Elon was going to. I figured he would just let this blow over. Like, obviously, he didn't want this info out there. This is just embarrassing for him. But I guess it seems like he must have been upset that she leaked it. So he decided to comment on that tweet that I read in the beginning, on that tweet from back in 2020, where she said she wanted to marry him. Miley Yiannopoulos, he reposted that when all this info came out. And Elon commented on it and said, whoa. So now he's publicly trying to embarrass her. And,
What an in-depth.
Look like,
hey, I just wanted to...
Yeah, whoa.
Whoa. Guys.
That Milo guy, that's another crazy one. We'll probably do a video on it at some point.
He should have done the Keanu Reeves gif of him going, whoa.
Yeah, that would have been
That would have
perfect.
been fucking awesome.
she's a stalker or something, and Elon's just finding out about it. So it's crazy. He's pretty much taking a shot at the mother of his kid. And then she actually responded, which just made things so much worse. And she deleted it right away because she probably realized that. And she probably got a call from Elon's lawyer. And they're like, hey, if you want to keep that apartment, you better shut the hell up. So she said, Elon, we've been trying to communicate with you for the past several days, and you have not responded. Which, her saying something like this, again, just supports the theory even more that she made this announcement wasn't because Elon was ghosting her. Like, she's making it so obvious now. So she continued on and said, when are you going to reply to us instead of publicly responding to smears from an individual who just posted photos of me in my underwear at 15 years old? So this is just completely out of control. I mean,
It's so out of left field. There's so much. You're.
What's funny though, my takeaway from that in particular,
What's that?
Elon is literally the worst case scenario of any girl you ever go out with.
Yes.
Have you guys ever had that girl where you message her and she doesn't answer and then she posts on social media? Oh, I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Like a feminine trait.
Yeah, there is
I'd say.
nothing worse than that you don't get an answer and then you're like scrolling your feed and they've made a post and you look and it's like an hour after you message them.
Oh, gentlemen, I am
Oh,
so
my
glad
God.
I've never
Gotten a
dealt with
text from a woman. Yeah, that's crazy.
No,
dude.
not my fucking shit. Fuck all that nonsense. Yeah, not until after we were separated did she do that nonsense.
And apparently also Milo was posting pictures of her, like underage pictures or something, and he was suspended from Twitter for a week. But still, Elon decided to respond to his tweet. And Ashley also claims that Elon knew about this tweet already and him and his team discussed it last month. And she said that Elon was just asking her to have more kids the last week, which if that's true, this dude needs to chill out. I mean, this is just insane. Like, how could anybody support this? And Ashley also said, I'd like to take this offline for our child's sake, which of course now she's saying this. You know, she's the one that made this public. She brought it online. She did an interview with the New York Post. And now once she starts getting shit, she's like, all right, let's take this offline. This is going too far. So this is just the trashiest shit ever. But I guess a bunch of conservatives are celebrating it for some reason. Like, they spend so much time preaching about how important marriage is and traditional family values and two-parent households. But when Elon has his 13th kid that he'll probably barely spend any time with, and when it's out of wedlock and with his 4th different woman, they all act like he's a great parent. It makes no sense. And all these people just happen to...
Do people act like he's a good parent? Or are they
Haven't
just
seen
talking
too
about the
much.
conservatives?
For the most part, I always hear about how he's got like 400 kids.
Yeah, I always hear that he's a bad parent.
Yeah, I think that's personally probably my opinion as
He's
well.
a good businessman.
Yeah, you can't have it all. You can't have it all.
You know, it's like you have some gifts, you have some weaknesses.
Yeah, you want to build good rockets? You want to build good children? What do we
Yeah,
do?
pick
What
a
do you vote,
team.
brother?
Pick a lane, bro. Like, hey, you know, he chose humanity, not these 13 fuckwads.
Yeah, essentially.
That's just your seed.
Yeah.
Whatever. There's plenty others.
His
And-
kid, his 7th kid on his smoke break at McDonald's is just looking up. You see that? My
Yeah.
dad built that.
My papa, you know, Papa made that. But he's also saying it from his $40,000 a month apartment
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
at McDonald's. What? I don't know what happened.
conveniently ignore the fact that Elon, he also authorized one of his sons, who was a minor at the time, to start taking puberty blockers. Elon signed off on that. And all these
Whoa.
people that would normally call that child abuse if it were anybody
This
else,
keeps getting messier.
they all just ignore it and pretend like Elon's a great father and it's great that he's trying to repopulate Earth. So Elon has these people wrapped around his finger. Like, the fact that they're celebrating him having a kid he'll never see and leaving this girl to be a single mom is just wild. And it's funny that they're supporting Ashley and defending her, but then Elon basically makes it public that him and Ashley aren't on good terms, and he takes a subtle shot at her, and now all those people who are supporting her are real quiet, you know, because I don't think you'll see them defending her from Elon at all. Even though she's pretty much saying that Elon, he's not around that much, you know, he's not really being a good father, but of course these people, they don't really care. So this was such a mess and so embarrassing for everybody involved. I mean, also, I don't know if Elon knew this before he had a kid with Ashley, but she used to go by Sex Laptop on Twitter and allegedly sold nudes to people or did cam modeling or something. And she had some pretty wild tweets.
My
So if he
tweet.
knew about this stuff, that explains why he wanted to keep the kid a secret. You know, this looks really bad for him.
All right.
My takeaway from that is it is messy, but yeah, she is set for life.
Wow, yeah, she's doing just fine.
I think somehow
Forever.
she'll crawl out of this on
Yeah,
the other
I think,
side.
I think she'll be good to go, really, at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Would I do anything differently if I was in her position?
No.
I
Why
mean,
would
she
you?
misspelled a couple of those tweets.
Yeah, but
That's it.
That's so crazy. Me and her had the same tweet. I can't believe that. That's so wild.
what, Tyrone or Tyrese?
Yeah, I think it was Tyrese.
Tyrone. Oh. I love that back and forth. That was pretty fun. Okay.